Howdy everybody, Trapping Fool here. I'm going to show you how to skin beaver, just to save time here, what I've done. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm using my chest rig here on GoPro here. Just figured it'd be easier to see what I'm doing here. And to save time here, take the legs off first, which I already did, and I've already split it down. On beaver, it's one cut from the chin all the way down. You can see the cut here. I'm running my finger through, and all the way to the base of the tail. I took the tail off of it too. It just makes it a little easier. You don't have to, but I do because I like it, and I use the tail for bait. So the other thing I do is here at the face, I use a scalpel, which I've already done that a little bit. I start taking it off right here down. I kind of left a little bit connected here, but it was a little bit frozen yet this morning, so I couldn't get down as far. It's thawed out a little bit now to where I can work on it, but just so you can see here. Beavers, I use a beaver knife here. It's a rounded blade, works great. So then pretty much just take it off from here all the way around. I probably won't do too much talking here. Some people will take it off to where you take all the leave the fat on and everything. I like having a little bit there to work with when I flesh, but everybody has their own way of doing it. Like I said, this is just one way to do it, but it is the proper cut on it for you new people that don't know how to skin beaver if you want to sell them. Right here is where the castor sack is and stuff. You do not want to get too deep there. That I save also for bait, lure, and I also sell it too. You can also sell that stuff. A lot of that is used for perfumes and that kind of industry. A lot of it's used for raspberry flavoring and candies and stuff too. So just hang tight here and kind of watch what I'm doing here. Hopefully the camera keeps going here. I'll keep checking it every now and again, but I think I got it set about the right spot here. So basically what we'll do is just take it all the way around here. The nice thing about these beaver skinning knives here is they don't allow you to cut the hide. If you use one of the other knives, what happens is it's so sharp on the tip that it cuts through the hide, and any imperfection in these is not good for selling purposes. So that just saves you some hacking and hack marks basically. This beaver, actually, I got somebody that wants the carcass when I'm done with it here, so of course my table I've bleached down and cleaned up. Normally it wouldn't be clean, but I did it so it's gonna have meat touching it here eventually that we're gonna eat, so we don't need whatever might be laying on there. Bleach water will kill just about anything out there, so good to bleach if you're gonna be eating, just to be on the safe side. Right here is where the heavy part is. Whoop. Try and keep this to where you can see what I'm doing here. I've knelt down. I like working off the table like this a lot too. Same with this front leg, I do the same thing. Got a little excited there. That's alright, it happens. Alright, that's about usually as far as I go here on the side like that. Get this thing spun around here. Get this other side done now. And you'll see the method to my madness here in a minute. I've been doing this for a few years, so don't try and go as fast as I do if you're just beginning. And take your time when you're doing it. You'll eventually, speed comes with time. Most of the time when I'm doing these two, as soon as I get that castor sack unskinned up there is when I usually take that out. However, because I'm videotaping the skinning here, and I know these GoPros, after I need to figure out the setting in it, gotta be one somewhere. But it tends to shut off after 12 minutes, so. Alright, we got that accomplished there. Now what I do is I take her and flip it over right on its belly, just like so. And I get back here at the back and start it again. I have found, once again, it's personal preference, I like going from the back to the front. But I know everybody does their things different, so this gristle here is some tough gristle, and it's real fun when you go to flesh these things to get that off of there. So the more you can take off with this knife here, back here, the happier you will be when you get to fleshing this thing. We do the same thing on this side. It's pretty much all the way through there, though. Alright, now here's a trick I like to do. I hang that head over the edge like so, and then you can use the weight of the hide to pull it down off the face here. There's an ear. Should be another ear right about here. There it is. You see it right there. It's the ear popping out. Come around. Next thing's going to be your eyes. Trick is, if you're just beginning, go slow. Keep tension on that hide, and that's what pulling it down like this does. Make sure I get this on here. There we go. But if you look, you can see this line right here. See where my edge blade goes? That's where the hide and the gristle or whatever there meets. That's where you want to cut. Not the hide, but just behind it. Now right here is going to be an eyeball coming out. See it starting to come out there? Probably not. Now we can see it. Sorry about that. There's that eyeball coming out. Just keep close to the skull and do it. Here's the other eyeball right here. Hopefully you can see that one coming out a little bit better than the other one. There we go. little tear duct comes out of there, and just keep following it around. Now remember that first cut I did up under the jaw there? The reason I do that is right here. It just makes it peel off of here a little bit easier. You don't have to get up there. And I've got my finger actually up against the nose right here. See that? What I'm doing is I'm feeling where that nose is, so when I come around here, I want it to be close there, not cutting through my finger or the hide. There, it popped off. That way, see how that nose is open? If you're doing taxidermy work or whatever on this, all that cartilage is out of there, and it's easier for drying it too. But there you go. There's the hide done, laid out. Like I said, I leave quite a bit of meat. A lot of people do leave it on the hide or on the carcass. I usually leave it on here because I've found it's easier for me when I start fleshing to get under that layer of meat, and it pushes all off for me a lot easier. But this was a 40-pound beaver, or 41-pounder, somewhere in there. Next thing I do is, if you wanted to eat it, right here are back straps. I take those out. The hocks here come off. Here's good meat in these front legs. But now I'll get this thing gutted for that guy, and I'm going to turn this off for now, and I'll turn it right back on, and I'll do one on getting the castor sacks out of here. So watch for that video soon too. There'll be one for taking the castor sack out to save it to dry it and to sell if you want to do that. Okay, thank you for watching Trapping Fool. We'll see you next time.